Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Mahoney. I'm introducing the Accelerated U.S. World History 2 2020-2021 school year syllabus. Within this syllabus, we're going to go over all things content. We're going to go over contact information. We'll go over course overview, topics that we'll be covering throughout the course of the year, expectations that we have for you, not only in school in the hybrid component, but also for students learning at home in the remote capacity. We're also going to go over the grading format and just overall themes of what this course is all about and the things that you could expect as a student in this accelerated course. First, I really just want to start off by saying that students that are a part of this course, it is expected that students know and understand that this course is designed and developed to help students move forward into some phase of AP history. The course that we have laid out for you this year hopefully will cover a great amount of course content regarding specific topics in both US and world history, but also providing you with an opportunity to immerse yourself in some of the AP skills that are needed and necessary in order to be successful in whatever AP course you choose next year. The options you may choose from next year could be AP Government, AP Human Geography, AP European History, and AP US History. So all we're doing in this course is really laying the foundation and the groundwork for you to be successful, not only this year, but also for next year, so that you can hit the ground running next year with some familiarity with course content, course language, and really the rigors of what it takes to be an AP student. I will not deny that this course is very rigorous. It's fast-paced in the time that we spend per unit. So it's really imperative for students to be invested in the course itself and the content and really adhering to the scheduling and the pacing of this class. And we'll get more into that as we go through the syllabus and as we open up this course in the hybrid setting and then also through the remote setting. So again, my name is Mr. Mahoney. You can find me in room 364. Here is all of my contact information, both individually and for the course itself. So pmahoney@fallriverschools.org is the easiest way to reach me for both students and parents. At any point in time, if you have a question about anything during this course, please email me. It's the easiest and best way to get in contact with me. I do my best to email parents and students back as soon as I can. Obviously, if it's a weekend, I will do my best to answer within 24 hours of any kind of inquiry. But again, this is the best and easiest way for you to contact me. Our Google Classroom code is listed here, along with the Remind app and our course website. Google Classroom is where the majority of our assignments will be administered and turned in. The Remind app is a useful tool for, again, reminders of things that are coming up within the course, whether they be quizzes, tests, projects, presentations, updates to the course. That's where you'll see those things both in those two areas. Whatever I put on Remind, I try and also put on Google Classroom as well. So I'm covering all bases in reaching students and parents. The website is designed to really be a useful tool for finding materials and resources that we've used during the class. I know that at times Google Classroom can be a very long running list of assignments, and if you miss a specific day, sometimes it's hard to go back and filter through all of the things that we've covered within Google Classroom for you to find that specific assignment. And within the Google site that I have set up for our class, really what you have there are things that are assignments that have already been completed. You can go there, you can look on the specific day within the course calendar and really pick and choose what it is that you're looking for. So I really use the site as a file cabinet, so to speak, for resources and documents and content. But we'll go through more of that as we embark on this process throughout the year. So I'm just going to start off with the course overview. Like the course title says, this is United States/World History 2. Really, it is picking up the content from where you should have left off last year. I'm very aware and understanding that last year was not the best year in regards to a streamlined process, and some content was missed out on. So we're going to try and backfill some of those things in order to get you up to speed with the content that you need to know, not just from both from a U.S. perspective and then also from a world perspective. So the course content is really a continuation of US 1. I'm going to allow you to read the course overview on your own. I'm not going to dive deep into that right now. I know that you can do that on your own. So really what we're doing is taking the skills that you've built on in U.S. World History 1, and we're going to continue on with those in U.S. World History 2. We're really starting off with the Age of Industrialization. We'll probably backfill a little bit with some Reconstruction era content just to round out the end of the grade 9 year. And from that point in time, industrialization, we're really looking at post-Civil War time period, so the later half of the 19th century. So the late 1800s is where we're really going to kick off this school year. And we're really going to look at the development of the United States, the rise of the United States, both domestically as an industrial giant and then also globally as an industrial giant. And by the turn of the century, we're really going to be focusing on the United States as really the world's leading industrial state. With that being said, we transition next into the Progressive Era and how really the industrialization era set up the Progressive Era in the early 1900s. And then from there, we move into the Age of Imperialism, and then we're well on our way into global conflicts with the World Wars, Great Depression, back-ended by World War II. And then we're going to head off into covering the Holocaust, and then we'll head into the Cold War, which really is a mirror image for each of these topics. It's really what we're looking for is what's going on in the United States, and then also what's going on in the world globally during these specific points in times. Course objectives. These are the things that we're expecting of all students in the accelerated level. I will say that these objectives are geared towards this accelerated course from a content perspective, but they're also objectives developed from a skills standpoint as well. And we're going to be doing all of these things at varying points in time throughout the year, whether it's demonstrating grade appropriate literacy skills with reading and comprehending the content, analyzing materials from multiple sources and responding to questions about the material, analysis of documents and materials is a huge part of what this course is all about, and being able to work effectively with varying materials and analyzing those and being able to pull out really the core meanings of the varying documents that we're going to see is something that's imperative to your success in this class. We're going to complete a variety of formative and summative assessments. They could be things that range from quick writes to close out a class, all the way to unit tests, which we will be taking. Working in cooperative groups. Obviously, this is something that in a perfect world, in a normal setting of education, is something that's easily done and something that we normally would do in an accelerated class. But with the constraints of hybrid learning and remote learning, obviously, we're limited in some of that cooperative approach that we would have normally. That does not mean that cooperative work is out the window. Well, we're going to do cooperative work, but it will look a little different this year. It will be through breakout rooms and applications, tech applications that we could use and embed within our course to still maintain cooperative work and cooperative and collaborative work, but it may just not take place in a more traditional in-class, 4 people at a table type setting. It's going to be very much done through the technology applications we have available for ourselves. Examining primary and secondary source documents. From what I gather, you guys were excellent at that last year in U.S. World History 1. Accessing and applying content across a variety of platforms, including both written and digital, is a core piece of this class. And then completing a course portfolio consisting of 4 research papers, 4 project-based or performance-based assessments, submitting 2 tape presentations, and completing the National History Day project assignment. Unfortunately for us this year, the National History Day project is something that I have to put on hold, primarily because of time. We just don't have enough time to devote to an extra project outside of the confines of what I'm already assigning. So I'm going to have to scratch out this piece here, this National History Day project. We're actually not going to be doing that this year. So I briefly touched upon these things earlier. This is the scope and sequence. And we cover everything from industrialization and immigration all the way up to the Cold War. The Cold War, depending on how the year goes and how much content we actually get through, is going to determine how far into the Cold War we talk about the impact on the United States and also world history. So these are all of the things that we'll be covering throughout this course, these 10 topics, and you can go through those on your own. But generally, each unit ranges anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. Some of the longer units may range closer to a month. And again, we'll be covering these things both in class through the hybrid approach and then also remotely. Expectations, in-school expectations versus remote learning expectations. These are just things that I want to discuss with all students so that you guys know and understand what's expected of you, whether you're in school at Durfee or whether you're at home conducting your work there. So first and foremost, safety is the most important aspect of this and every course you take. Please make sure that you adhere to the district and school safety protocols while in the building and while in class. I'm really making this a priority for all of my classes, that we're safe first and foremost, and that after we're safe and we have a safe environment to learn in and everyone's healthy, we can move forward with the content. So please know and understand that, if I'm really adhering to what the school says about how our class is set up and how we are to interact and move about the classroom, transitioning into the room, leaving the room, these are all things that I really want to adhere to in following the school protocols, because it's important that we all stay safe and we stay healthy during this time. So I just need you to know and understand that that's going to be at the forefront of every day that you're in school learning. Whether it's in room 364 with me, in the hallway, or in the school, I'm going to hold you to those standards because I want you to be safe and I want you to be healthy. As you know, class blocks when in school will be, or I should say at any point in time, will be 100 minutes in length. This gives us an opportunity to dive deep into content topics while refining our content skills. I think every teacher has always asked and wished we've had more time to cover all the things that we need to. We're being granted that now. We have 100 minutes together when you're in school. We're going to be covering a minimum of 2 lessons per week. And we have a great amount of time to really dive deep into the content and cover a lot of ground. I know it sounds like a limited amount of time that we have with you, but 100 minutes for one class period, we can really, really get a lot of stuff done. And there's going to be great things that come out of it for you guys and how much you can learn in this format and setup. It is expected that all students will have their laptops and Chromebooks and charger each day. That's the expectation from the school. We're going to adhere to it. So the majority of things that I assign you are going to be on Google Classroom, and you're going to need your computer that day in order to do the work. What I'm asking is that you bring your laptop, you bring your Chromebook with you, because that's what's needed and necessary for you to be successful in school. I am asking everyone to do not rely on your cell phone as a portal for you to complete your work. And I can tell you right now, the expectation for you is to have that laptop and have that Chromebook. If you don't have one, you need to see us. You need to see myself. You can go to my department dean, Mr. Costa. You can go to your grade office, but you need to have that with you each and every day. It's imperative, and it's only going to help drive the instruction in the class and also support your learning, which is the most important piece here. Having a charger is also as important as having the computer. With 100-minute classes, you're going to need to charge your computer and your Chromebook. So I ask that you please bring that with you. Spare chargers are not readily available, so you need to know and understand that. And we're asking students to not share their chargers, because what is yours stays with you, and what is somebody else's stays with them. We're not trying to share materials, share documents, share resources, because that's what the school has asked us not to do. So no sharing of that stuff at any point in time. So please make sure you're keeping those things in your bags and with you each and every day in school. With small class sizes, we ask that students continue to remain active in their participation during the class sessions. Again, this is one of those things that teachers have always wished for, and I think some students have always wished for potentially smaller classes, because it allows them to actually share out. Furthermore, it creates a safe environment where it allows everyone to have a voice in the room, and it's not so daunting to compete with 20 other kids for your voice in the room. So we now have these nice small classroom environments where we can really focus on you, the student, and your learning. And I think it's really an optimum environment for you to be successful. So that's a great thing for us. Another thing is that all students leaving the room must sign out and sign back in using the bathroom QR code. It's a hall pass document log. And what we're asking you to do is use your phone. You use the QR code, and it documents where you're going and where you're going, whether it's the nurse or the bathroom, and also when you come back. Part of this is CDC regulations, because it helps support contact tracing. We hope that no one gets COVID, and that's what we're trying to reduce. But if someone were to test positive for COVID-19, and that person were to use the bathroom pass during the course of the day, what we can do is then document where the student has traveled throughout the day in the building, and the QR code bathroom pass log is really just adhering to that policy. The final piece here for in-school learning: please respect the classroom seating arrangement. It is important that all students adhere to their assigned seat/space made by the CDC guidelines. We have 12 desks in a room. They have to face forward. This is not my ideal classroom, but this is what the CDC, the district, and the school is asking us to do. This keeps the classroom safe. It provides enough space in between each student in their learning during the in-class sessions. It limits that contact that you would have with somebody else. Also with that, which I need to list here, is you need to wear a mask in class each and every day. So those are some of the other components of this that you need to adhere to. For remote learning, it's going to consist of varying hands-on activities that are designed to be inquiry-based. Students are encouraged to explore the material, ask questions, and share ideas, engaging your curiosity within the subject topics. You're going to be asked to adhere to the same due dates as everyone else. So really what's taking place at home is the same thing that's taking place in school, and we're asking that students, you keep pace, and that you're following along with the class as we're moving through each lesson and each week. With that being said, I'm asking that students who are learning remotely at home on any given week to adhere to the same class schedule that you would normally have. It's very helpful for you to just stay at pace with your class, and to follow that course layout that you would have each and every day. So when we log in if your class is second period, it would be great if you were at home logging in at the same point in time, and you're sticking to that routine. And it just it will allow you to pace out your day, and then also pace out your work. So please keep that in mind. Let's see here. Course objectives. This is just a general overview pertaining to digital citizenship, given that a lot of our work will be through a digital format, whether it's Google Classroom. There will be other applications that we use, like Kialo, Padlet, Flipgrid. These are all applications that you will use that are accessible through Google Drive and Google Docs. Google Classroom, and it's expected that we adhere to the digital citizenship policies and expectations that the district has for us. So I'm just going to read this real quick. Digital citizenship is an expectation we have for all students. This refers to the responsible use of technology by anyone who uses computers, the internet, and digital devices to engage with society on any level. When using technology and applicable applications during remote learning, we ask that all students respect the work of others. This includes communicating with your teacher and your peers when editing a collaborative digital workspace/document, being respectful of others and their ideas, etc. You have a great responsibility as a student in this class, and I should say in all of your classes now. You're really governing how well you do this year based on what you put into your educational experience. And part of that is having the great responsibility of using digital networks in order to complete many of the assignments that are going to be asked of you this year. We ask that you adhere to the same mature level and responsible nature that you conduct yourself with each and every day while at Durfee. I'm confident that everyone will adhere to this and be the mature young adults that we know you are, and stay to that. So just please keep that in mind. The platforms that we use, the digital networks that we use, it's imperative that you maintain that level of maturity that you've always had as a student at Durfee, and just know that you have great responsibility with your work now because it's in the digital form and you're on the district server, the district web pages, the district application. So please just keep that in mind, okay? Furthermore, conduct yourself with integrity when you complete assignments. Please complete your own work and do not plagiarize. The materials we are providing for you, help support your learning of the various topics. Now, I know and understand that you guys are very savvy and you're very skilled in your technology know-how. So I know it's very easy to just click, copy, paste, and then submit assignments. I know that's very easy. I know that Google is readily available to all students. If that's the route you go, you'll be hard-pressed to learn much this year. Furthermore, that's academically, there's no integrity in that. And what we really want to see is your effort, your work, your input. We know it's out there on Google. We know that you can just grab and plug and play with these things and put them into your work. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for original pieces here. We're looking for original thoughts, original ideas, because that's really where the learning comes from here. I know that you guys won't plagiarize. I know that you will adhere to the district policies. So please know and understand that that's what we want to see out of you guys. Furthermore, I just want to say this to make you aware. Not only has the district invested in software to help you guys learn, but they've also invested in software for us to grade papers, grade work, to filter work that comes through via Google Docs and Google Drive. It allows us to filter through the work that we've assigned and check for plagiarized work that may be out there. So just know and understand that we also have that technology at our disposal now as well. Furthermore, expectations here. If we were to go fully remote, and I don't envision this happening this year, I hope it doesn't happen. I really want to be in the building as much as possible, as long as it is safe, because I think that's where the best work gets done for you guys. But if we were to go fully remote at any point in time of the year, there's some expectations that we have here. Number one, students are present during online class meeting times each day. So the expectation for teachers is that we would be running our normal day, and the expectation is now that all remote students would be logging in at their normal class time and being present for that work. Expectation two, it's similar to expectation one. You're attending your scheduled online classes and you're bringing the energy that we need each and every day, like you normally would for your in-class assignments. So we need that energy. I can't mandate that your computer screen is on, but I would hope that your screen being on would allow you to engage with your classmates more, especially when it comes to the class discussion pieces, when we review any kind of presentation. It really will just help you out in the long run. Expectation three, keep pace with your assigned work. Again, you'll find that in our Google Classroom page along with our Google site. And we have 2 lessons that we have to complete each week. That doesn't mean those are the only 2 things that we'll have for the week. We'll also have homework. We'll be completing research during the course of the year. You'll be writing papers. So there's a lot of work that you'll be doing, and you just need to make sure that you're keeping pace with the assignments as they're being given to you guys each and every week. Expectation 4, adhere to the digital citizenship policy. I can't tell you this enough, and I can't stress it enough, that this is an important piece of your learning this year. You have to adhere to it, because we don't want to have anyone get in trouble for silly mistakes that they may make in this digital world and the form of education that we're going to be delivering through the digital world. So just keep that in mind. And then finally, the grade breakdown. Formative assessments, classwork, homework, quizzes, and high-value assessments and participation and effort are 60% of your grade, and you can see the breakdown there. Summative assessments make up 40% of your grade, with test projects, research papers, and presentations, I should say. They can happen both in class and also remotely, so please keep that in mind. And writing assessments, they make up 15% of your grade. So as a whole, this is the course at a glance. I will say, before I leave here, I do want to say that this course is going to be ever changing as we go through the year, as things pop up, and as we feel as though, as a school, and then also as a department, and even as a class, things need to be modified to help you learn. We're going to make those modifications. So I just ask that everyone be willing to adapt when we need to adapt, and do your best with that. I know it's never easy. I know this transition in our world of education is not the most seamless transition, but I'm confident that with your effort, with your positive attitude, and the hard work you guys bring each and every day, and with that enthusiasm, I know that we can get through this year and get you guys prepared for those AP classes that you're going to be taking next year. I just ask that you remain patient. And again, as things change, we need to be able to move with those changes and adapt with them. So it's not a negative. I think that's a positive. It's only going to make you guys stronger students in preparing you for next year, and then also your senior year, and what will eventually be, for many of you, college and or the world of work. So these are the things that young adults have to do. And just my final thought is, you're not alone in this process. We're all in this together, and we're all going to do well this year. I'm confident in that, and we're all going to be hopefully happy, healthy, and safe in this process. And that's what my job is to make sure that you guys are healthy and safe, and try and create the best learning environment for you guys as possible, and learning experience for you. So I'm excited to meet each and every one of you. I'm excited to embark on this journey with you guys this year, and see the great things that I know you guys can do. And I've heard a lot about you guys, and I'm excited to see how the year plays out. So I'll leave you with that. And if you have any questions about the syllabus, any part of the syllabus, whether you're a parent and or a student, I ask you refer to the contact areas. If you need to email me, contact me via Remind, please do. Also, it's imperative that you sign up as a student, you sign up for our class Remind. And also, please make sure that you're following Google Classroom as well. And also, parents and students, please check out the website for the work that's assigned, and then also to check out the course a little bit further in detail. So if you have any questions, again, please feel free to reach out. And I'm excited for 2021 and the great work you guys are going to do this year. All right, take it easy.